Woo! Man, it is getting cold out there. It's brisk, baby. It is brisk. And I walked outside this morning. I really thought, I thought it just felt like a damn polar bear just came up and just gave me a big Arctic hug and just held me there for like 10 seconds. But man, it is cooling off. I mean, fast. Real fast. And I just can't believe how quickly it just turned, turned to be what it is. But I know it's fall and it's cold. But I guess that's something that we can handle, right? We can handle the cold. We can do it. Bring it on, cold. Bring it on. We're ready for you. Wherever you're at. You want to come tomorrow? We're ready. You want to come next week? We'll be ready then too. Whoa. But man. All right. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me today on this beautiful, brisk day in October. Welcome to beginning of the week. Good to be here with everyone. I hope everyone out there is doing all right. I hope you guys are alive and ready for this upcoming week because, man, this upcoming week's a new week. And we know it's new because we're in it. We're living it right now. We are in it. So, and it's new. Everything's new. Have you ever, I was thinking about this earlier. Have you ever tried something that you told yourself that you would never, ever, ever do in your life? And then time kind of slithers its way in, way up on you real slowly, like a salty snake in like a dang, like a secret garden going after a small mouse or something. And then all of a sudden, once it catches on that small mouse, which is you end up doing the thing that you said you wouldn't do. Well, that's what's happening to me this week. This week, I'm doing something new for myself. I'm challenging myself somehow, I guess. I can't believe I'm doing this, and I know it's going to sound really ridiculous to you all, but for me, I'm like, it's always been something that I have always just said no to. Will never do that. Won't do it. Don't want to do it. But I guess I'm in it this time, I'm going to take a class. A class. And it's not for a grade or anything like that, man. Again, I think I'm taking it just to challenge myself. You gotta do that from time to time. You gotta throw yourself out there and see where you're gonna land. And look, man, the class that I'm taking here. How about this? Look, I've been drawing since I was little. All right, that's the class that I'm going to be taking. It's going to be a drawing class. And as you can see, like, this is one of the drawings that I'm working on right now. It's Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't know if it's good or if it's bad, if it looks like shit. I don't know. It's just what it is. But I, school was never my thing, man. It just wasn't. I was never a good student. I always slacked off, did wrong, all that stuff. I mean, ever since I planted these damn size 11 shoes on the school grounds, dude, the sun and the moon, I mean, they couldn't hold me back for being a damn delinquent somewhere, And that's just what it was. That's who I am. I've always been that enriched little, bad individual, I guess, that sort of thing. What can I say, man? I was a shit stirrer. I was a shit stirrer in someone's damn cappuccino. And And to be honest, man, I spent most of my time outside of class than in class. I spent most of my time in ISS. And I don't know if you guys know what ISS is, but that is essentially, it's called in-school suspension. All right? And essentially that's where they put the early age convicts. How about that? That's where they go when they do troubling things or naughty things or something, around school. They'll put them in this one room, and they'll just, try to teach you that way. And I guess that's where I have faltered in my education. But that's just what it was. And one of the things that got me in trouble a lot of the times was I liked drawing. I like drawing certain things that I probably shouldn't have. I like drawing different teachers. I was so bored and everything. When boredom catches up to you, man, your mind starts jogging its way around a damn track real quick, And so I drew a couple teachers, touching each other's I'll put it, professionally speaking, I drew them touching each other's genitals in a unique manner. And that's just, that's what one of my specialties was, to draw obscure shit like that. And I remember drawing our old woodshop teacher, Mr. Scott. I drew him pulling out his little tea bag, you know what I'm talking about, pulling out his balls, and having one of our math teachers, and I'm not going to say her name, but our geometry teacher, I had her, essentially putting her, her tongue on his junk, that sort of thing. And essentially somehow, that picture got passed around school, and the next thing I know, I am in the principal's office where, I spent quite a bit of my time. And so I got to know our principal pretty closely, I guess. So, but, and rumor had it, man, that this geometry teacher, someone spiked her coffee with some LSD one time. And she started, I guess she was, doing math on the board or something like that, or whatever she's doing on her, whatever they used to call it, that teleprompter or something like that. And then next thing you know, she put her track shoes on and jetted out of that room faster than anyone knew what was, everyone's like, what was going on? Like, what's happening here? And I guess, she just couldn't take basic shapes turning into, a triangle turning into a flaming skull, or, a circle turning into, God or something. I mean, who knows? Who knows what she saw? But damn, man, I wish I was in that class. I took her class, but I just wasn't in that class at the time. So, and man, I wish that, because this teacher, man, she was the damn Hitler of geometry, if you ask me, man. She always thought that she was so much, that she was the damn HBIC, that head bitch in charge. You know what I'm talking about. You guys ever had a teacher like that they just think that they were always above someone else, or they had, like they had something that no one else had. Like they should have had a golden rug laid out in front of them everywhere they went, that sort of thing. Well, that's how this woman was. And someone got to her. And it wasn't me. I'll just say that. So, but But damn, what was my? I had a point to this. What was my? Oh yeah. That's what. Okay. Uh, trying something, trying something I never thought I would, or starting something new. That sort of thing. Maybe as a better way of putting it. I'm taking this drawing class really because a buddy of mine is going to take the class, and he was wondering if I wanted to take it with him, and at first I was like, hell no, no way, you won't catch me in that thing, because in the past taking classes, like especially in art class, I always went against the grain instead of with the grain. I just never liked the whole, I never liked them saying that you have to do it this way. When it's an art class, you should be able to do whatever the hell you want to, because it is what it is. I mean, hey man, I get the assignments and all that stuff, but for me, I just, taking classes meant you had to do what they wanted you to do, and I just don't roll that way, man. I never have. I've never, again, I'm just not that. I'm not against going the grain, baby. That's just what I am. I've always been that solo wolf, in that aspect of my life. Meaning when it came down to drawing in like large groups, or being, or like I said, or being told what to do, I just always hated that. It bothered me so much to be like, oh, you got to do it this way, when there's 10 other ways to do it. Especially when it came down to what I have been doing since I was small. When you're trying to tell me, to pick, and when it came down to picking up a pencil and putting it, and putting something on a piece of paper, like, I'm sorry, man, I just have a tough time with that, because, drawing shouldn't be like that. I mean, dude, that's like telling a stand-up comic, who, like, you should be, in comedy, you should be able to say fucking anything. I mean, anything. I mean, and if people don't like it, then maybe you shouldn't watch it, go see it, or like, or even like get into that realm of life, I guess, or something. I just don't, it's just not me. I mean, it's the same thing. It's an art form, I guess. You should be able to say anything on stage, because, again, that's what stand-up is. Now, will it be good? Who knows? But that's for other people to determine, I guess. Just like with this drawing stuff, man. Some people will say that, it's great. Other people will say it just, it needs a lot of work, and I'm sure it probably does. But that's just, I guess, when it comes down, I guess that's just how I feel about drawing. Nobody should tell you what to draw. But they can, but I don't know, they are more than capable and allowed to have their opinion about it. But anyway, so I thought, about my buddy's offer and that sort of thing, and I decided, after, pressing my head up against a brick wall for a moment, I decided, okay, I'll do it. I'll take the class. I'll take the class with him. And I think the reason is I don't know if it's a need or a want or anything, but I want to try something new, and see how well I do, compared to everybody else, And to be honest, right now, like, man, I haven't been in school forever, so I'm a little nervous at the moment. Whenever I start thinking about it, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be around I'm going to go to some place that I just never liked, and I'm going to go in there and I think I'm nervous because it's all new, man. I don't know anybody. I'm way older than everyone right now, and I think it's going to be a little difficult for me, you know. But that's what getting started with something new is all about, man. You know, because you don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, one day you could say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to start. Shit, I don't know, man. Let me think. I'm going to start learning how to sew. Okay? I mean, not to like really like gay it up or anything, nothing like that. But, it's like I'm going to learn how to sew. I got all these shirts that got half sleeves missing. And that's something that to be honest, that's what I got growing up, man. I got my brother's hand-me-downs, and had, all sorts of fucking shit going on with these things, man. Some had holes in them. A couple of them had some sort of patches on them. A couple of them, damn hell, some of them looked like they had been through a damn fire almost, But, you're like, what the fuck happened here? And why does it smell like mid-grade damn gasoline on this thing? It smells like octane. If I even get close to anything that's hot, the sun, a small match, something like that, I'll just burst into an inferno. That sort of thing. Like, I don't know if this is safe, but that's what it is, But, so you want to try to be that, needlework ninja, I guess. Because you're trying to bring these shirts back to life. And so now, where do you start? I guess you start by going out and buying different types of threads and different types of needles and maybe, a sharp scissor or something like that, And, and now that you got all your ingredients or whatever together, you almost, you're about to perform surgery on these damn cotton fabrics. And so now you go for it. You lay out your first shirt the first time. You don't got a clue on what's going on or how to go about doing anything like that. Because, let's say that you don't even know how to tie a damn thread through a needle, or you don't have enough, cloth or something like that. So, you're fearful to screw it up because it's the first time doing it, But you know what? You go for it, man. You get in there and you just try your best, And now once you get in there and you make a couple stitches and that sort of thing, and you lift it up and you see that one sleeve is twice as big as the other, because you don't know what you're doing, man. So you know what? You try it again, And this time you manage to sew it on right this time, right? But this time, maybe it's too small. So now you gotta go, you got to, try again, man. You got one arm sticking out of the regular sleeve and the other one, the one that's on that short sleeve, it looks like, you got Popeye's muscle, I guess, like popping out or something like that, You're looking disconfigurated and all that, but that's just what it is. But the thing is, and then you put that to the side, and then you grab another shirt. But, the point is you continue to try, and you get used to things, and you notice that, you over time, you start getting better, man. But the point is you have to start. You might fail miserably 20 times, but that's what you got to do in order to learn, how to do something. I don't know one single person that can just that has picked something up and has just been automatically great at it. I've never seen that before. Now don't get me wrong, I've seen people go out and try something for the first time and then kill it. Just like, man, I've seen people pick up golf clubs and just, man, that ball goes flying off their club. And you're like, you've never picked up a damn golf club before? I think you're lying somehow. But they just do so great in everything. And then, because beginner's luck is real, for real, It just, but it is. It happens. But it doesn't last. Because the next time they go out there and all that, the second time they pick up the club, they do absolutely horrible. Because that beginner's luck is, that's a true thing, man. But that's just what it is. You got to try things. Even if you fail, you got to get up and you got to try it. And if you fail, then do it again and do it again and do it again. I mean, hell, man. I remember the first time, hey, this is, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say it. Maybe I should. I don't know, man. Okay. Look. You remember being young and you were constantly trying new things out and failing at them and that sort of thing. I remember, I remember touching a girl for the first time, and, first time, and touching her on the lower half of her body, that warm freaking whisker biscuit, that sort of thing. And I was about 15 and she was 17 and we were watching a movie with a couple people and the lights are out and that sort of thing. And we're underneath a blanket, right? And so, she starts taking her hand and she starts fiddling around with my zipper a little bit. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then she whispers in my ear, unbutton my pants. And so I'm like, huh? Like, I don't know anything about any of this, but damn, I'm going to try this. Of course I'm going to fucking try it, So, so I unbutton her pants and then she takes my hand and then she puts it right down, right down in there, man. And, and I've never touched a woman down there before. I just haven't. I mean, for a moment, I thought, damn, time stopped. I didn't even know what movie we were watching anymore. And then all of a sudden, the garage door opens. And, there's a door that led to the garage. And so that opened. And then, the lights got turned on. And it was her dad. And her dad noticed that we were underneath the blanket. So he goes over there and just, takes the blanket. And I was trying to get my hand out, but it was already too late. He just discarded that blanket. And next thing you know, I was kind of still playing tag with her, with her, what's that? You know what I'm talking about. And then, man, after that, I was never allowed to come back over to that house ever again. But my point is, even though I didn't know what I was doing, I was scared, that nervous feeling, since I didn't know what I was doing, if I hadn't done it, then I would have always thought, like, what if, she tried to do that and I didn't want to do that. Like, for one, that would be a little, I don't know, non-heterosexual, I guess. How about that? I'm trying to watch my words right now. So, but um but it's just, what am I trying to say, man? I'm trying to really like think about it and really just let it like absorb into my head on how, because I'm trying to put myself back there, because this is, I was 15, now I'm 41. So, I guess what I'm saying is there's nothing worse than having an opportunity and not taking it. And then, because then for the rest of your existence, and I know this is all over the place because I'm usually all over the place. But then, if you don't take it, then you're always going to wonder in your life, well, damn, what if I would have ... So I guess that's the reason I'm kind of taking this class too, is because I want to see, I want to see what's going on, man. I might meet a couple, other cats out there that, their work may be fucking awesome, and I may learn a thing or two. That's the thing, man. I may learn something new for trying something new, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens, man, But you got to get out there. You got to get out there and start something new. I guess that's all I'm saying. Just like this this podcast. Are you kidding me? This podcast, as a matter of fact, man, today was and is today's a special day. And it's because we started this thing on October 10th and of last year, and today's the 9th. So we've been doing this thing for a whole year. A whole year. To me, we've been doing this for a whole year. That's just crazy to think about. That last year at this time, I had a microphone set up and set up on a laundry basket. I didn't have any cameras in here. I didn't know what I was doing. I was in a freaking closet, surrounded by laundry and horse equipment and all this other crap in there and everything. And God knows whatever else is in there. But, and now, we're in this place. And, and to be honest, man, I am so, so, so grateful to have, all this, and it's because of my friends and you all out there, man, mostly, it's because of you guys. I can't say it enough. I try to say it every time I come in here, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for like listening and putting up with me and all that. But most importantly, I want to say thank you for just being like a part of my existence, my life, man. Because frankly speaking, man, at the beginning of starting this podcast, I didn't know what to expect. Because all this is new. Everything was new to me. Everything. The closest that I've been behind a microphone is playing in a band, but, and I didn't even sing, so I didn't even have a fucking microphone. But no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear this D-level vocal value coming out of my mouth. Oh, But man, seriously, from the microphones to the cameras to the sound checks and, all of it in here, man, I had no clue about how to do any of it. And don't get me wrong, it still feels like this from time to time, but hot damn, dude, at first, all of it, it still is, at first it was scary as hell. To have this camera over here and this camera over here and having this in my face and all that stuff, I mean, again, from time to time, I walk in here and I just feel a little nervous. It's just what it is. I can't help that, but I just try my best and I try to get in here and try to present something that maybe you guys can gravitate towards. I mean, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I'll look at the numbers and some of the numbers are low, but I'm just like, well, fuck, screw it, man. We're just going to keep going. That's just what it is. But you know what? There's something really, really beautiful about that nervousness and scary feeling. And it's beautiful about starting something new. And failing at it and challenging yourself to see what you're really made of, man. You gotta get in there. You gotta get in there and just attempt something. Anything. You don't know how to play chess? Try it. You may like it. You might have thought you hated it your entire life. Pick up a dang saxophone. Blow your eardrums and your parents' eardrums out of their, out of their damn brain holes and try to do that. It could be anything. You want to go be an X-ray technician and you want to study bones and eyeballs and feet matter and all that other jazz? Fuck, man, get out there. At least try it. I mean, God bless it, because you don't want to be in that boat that I was just talking about, rowing up that single, slowly just dying stream, and you're just saying, oh, what if? Only if I would have. I wonder where I could have, Don't do that to yourself, man. Get out there and do something. And if you fail at it and you don't like it, at least you tried it. So, and that's what I'm doing, man. I'm doing this. I'm touching other genitals, and I'm just going to try my best, man. And that's just see what happens. But, and I felt like I was just going on a TED Talk for a second, but man, what else has been going on, man? Oh, I got asked to be a bartender at a party this upcoming weekend. Or maybe it's a wedding or something like that, but, they want me to play that Australian babysitter. Because, man, if you don't know me, I'll pour those drinks over the limit. I'll throw a damn, a concoction of a couple raunchy, mudslides and at you and toss a couple olives in your ears and that sort of thing. The last time this family that they want me to, to participate in all this. This family is very close and dear. They're like a second family to me. They've done so much for me when I couldn't do it for myself. They helped me get through school. They're just very dear to me. And but man, the last time they wanted me to fucking bartend, I sent my buddy's dad out into the yard in just his whitey tidies. The next day, he's just looking up at the sun just blazing his body in some whitey tidies, and he's looking like Ray Charles, and he didn't even know where he was at half the time. He's just like, what? And who did this to me? And then of course he knew it was me. But that's something we get to look forward to, to try again, because that's something new, right? We're getting in there. We're gonna toast up the town with some of these, Bloody Marys and Long Island iced teas. We're gonna see what happens, man. And again, man, this is sober October for me, so I'm gonna have more fun making these things than drinking them. So, but man, but that I think that'll be a good time. So, man, what else? What else? Yeah, we got some crazy news. So I just heard yesterday that a lady from Kenya, all right, she flew into Minnesota's airport, and during their custom checks and all that stuff, they found giraffe poop in her bag. And they were like, "Lady, why do you got you know, nuggets of giraffe shit, on your carry-on?" And she's like, "Well, I was gonna make a little, I was gonna make a couple necklaces out of it." What? What are you talking about, lady? I mean, what are you doing out there? You're trying to make friendship bracelets and new jewelry out of giraffe shit? Like actual giraffe shit. I mean, what? How are you going to spin a spool of that? I mean, I guess I'm just talking about sewing and trying something new. I mean, you really want to get out there and do something. I guess that's what you do, man. But they were like, "Lady, look, we don't even allow fruit from other countries to come in here, let alone giraffe shit." So, I don't know what happened. I'm sure they discarded it or whatever, but dude, can you imagine being the line? You're the next person in line, and they're like, sorry, ma'am, but you can't bring the giraffe in here because, and what are you doing with this?" And then you hear, I'm gonna make a new charm bracelet for my girlfriend. Oh, you're fucking serious. I just can't believe it. But seriously, if you don't believe me, look it up, man. Kenya airport draft stuff or whatever. Like, look that shit up, man. What else, man? There was supposedly there was an alligator that went to the Phillies game. We're in playoff baseball right now. We're hitting bats and balls out in that grassy field. You know what I'm talking about? Boop, boop. But yeah, Wally, supposedly Wally, this alligator, is an emotional support alligator. And he went to the Phillies game, and they tried to let him in. And let me see. Yeah. Wally, the emotional support alligator, went to the Phillies game. It says the 6-foot-long, 55-pound alligator wearing a harness and a leash was a human companion outside Citizens Bank Park during the Phillies game on, I guess it was like this past Wednesday night or whatever. But he tried to get into the game as a service animal, and they were like, "No, we don't really think so," But yeah, that's just crazy, man. I mean, really? I mean, are you going to... Supposedly, he has been around the town. I mean, he gets invited to all sorts of other areas in life, like the mall, and people are picking him up and, thinking that, he's a... I mean, it's crazy when you look at some of these pictures right now because, I mean, for one to have an alligator as a pet, that's wild, man. I mean, that is absolutely wild. I mean, that's like trying to... I mean, are you going to bring that thing on the plane? I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, what are we going to start allowing that? I mean, are we going to start allowing like flamingos to get on the plane or a freaking penguin? I mean, one of my buddies had a penguin, and not to get off topic or anything, but he had a penguin during college, and this little bitch would just come up right behind you. He'd just sneak up on you real slow like and everything. And then he'd get his fin and just slap the shit out of the back of your leg. And man, and you could tell because it'd leave, it'd leave that watermark on you. But that's crazy, man. I can't believe this. That's just unbelievable. I guess that's the only thing I could say, man. All right, guys. I'm gonna roll. It's been like 40 minutes or something like that. I don't even know, man. What is it? Yeah, 40, going on 41 minutes. But man, everyone out there, man, you gotta get out there, do something new, try something new. Like put yourself out there. If you were afraid of asking out that girl, then man, just do it. Just do it. If she says no, at least you know that, she said no, because opportunities arise every day. We pass up so much that like you don't want to miss out on those special things in life. Come on. How do you think all of us got here? By our dad or our mom going up to somebody and saying, hi. More than anything, how are you? What's up? That sort of thing. Damn, man, we're all made of semen. We're all made of sperm. That's just what it is. We wouldn't be here without any of that. So take your opportunity. Take a risk. Put yourself out there. See what happens. Opportunity is always knocking on someone's door. So, but it's good to be here with you guys. Hopefully this week will be grateful to you. Packers playing tonight against the Raiders. Hopefully we will not, lose another game the way we did, man, because, it's just what it is. So, all right, everyone. Be well. Stay true to yourselves. And let's get in there. Oh, man, I hate when that always happens. I don't know why. I gotta learn how to turn that thing off. But all right, everyone. Be well. Take care.